It is that time now for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10, commercial free. The next 10 minutes until the end of the newscast for you. So let's head on over to meteorologist TJ Springer. He's going to bring us the forecast first this morning.
Good morning, Joe. It is Christmas Eve. It is cold, and one of our directors, Mike, was just outdoors and he said he saw a little bit of flurry activity. It's definitely not out of the question with all this cold air in the atmosphere, and there is still some moisture lingering. High pressure is taking over, though, which will bring drier conditions. We're going to see some sunshine. You can see all the moisture that we did have yesterday. That has worked well east of the Ozarks. That's going to continue its trek out to the east coast through the day. The good news is we're going to have more sunshine today. In Springfield, looking south and westward, we are quiet. We are going to have a pretty nice day once we get that sun to come on out, but it's not going to feel warm whatsoever. Temperatures are in the teens in Lake Ozark, Clinton, 21 in Springfield, lower 20s in Ava, West Plains, 23 at the moment in Branson. It is cold. It feels more like the single digits, though, when you factor in that wind from the northwest. Look at Springfield, 8. Camdenton also at 8. Clinton at 8. 9 in Fort Wood. It feels like 6 in Rolla. 13 in Branson and Ava. 12 is the feels like temp heading south and westward toward Fayetteville, Arkansas. As we progress through the rest of the day, we're going to struggle to get toward freezing. I think we're only going to get into the upper 20s, actually. There are going to be some spots, I think, across the Color 10 viewing area that do get into the lower 30s. 33 for our Christmas Day. Lots of sunshine. We continue on with that warming trend. And then Saturday, look at where we're headed. We're back into the upper 50s under lots of sunshine. We will have some filtered cloud cover, or filtered sunshine, some higher clouds beginning to move in as our next storm system takes shape, and that will bring us a cool down. And I'll talk about when that arrives and if we could see any rain coming up in just a little bit. Guys?
All right, lot to watch for there. Thank you, TJ. Now, when it comes to the holidays, those that have family members that are dealing with Alzheimer's are really affected around this time of year. Color 10's Nigel McDonald is in studio this morning with us to share how you can have more adaptable holiday gatherings. Nigel.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. After the challenges of 2020, many families are looking forward to some holiday cheer, but don't over-decorate or overstimulate. Now, flickering lights or decorations can lead to disorientation, which can challenge someone living with dementia. Be aware of the person's sensitivity to factors like loud noises. Keep the person involved with things like playing holiday music at a low volume, wrapping gifts, and holiday puzzles. Jennifer Reeder works with the nonprofit and says, adapt past favorite traditions or consider creating new ones.
I think a lot of people try to hold on to their traditions, especially when it comes to the holidays. So I think we always need to be open to the idea of starting brand new traditions. So if our loved one was the person who cooked the entire meal, instead of putting that pressure on that individual, they could instead help the family with, it could become a family event to cook the meal or to decorate the home. It's all about, I think, being open to brand new traditions.
Well, Reader says if you're using technology, don't forget to include your loved one in the call. She adds, spending time with loved ones is what the holidays are all about.
All right, thank you, Nija. About 30.5% of COVID deaths in Greene County have come in December alone. Kendra Finley is with the health department and says that they saw a 10% increase in cases after Thanksgiving, with one of the top reasons, of course, being the gatherings that happen over that Thanksgiving long weekend. Even though the majority of people who get the disease will survive, there are symptoms that can hang on long after a person gets over the virus.
It's that lingering fatigue, loss of sense of taste and loss of smell. Those can hang on for some period of time, and that cough can also hang on for a longer period of time.
And there have been 282 COVID-19 deaths in 2020 in Greene County alone. The importance of collaborating with other countries to take on the issue of climate change is being taught at Missouri State right now. It is now engaged in a memorandum of understanding with the University of the West Indies. That's located in the Caribbean, and that's also where you can visually see the effects of climate change. There's more storms, there's warmer water, there's changing currents, and a lot of physical effects that you usually don't see in southwest Missouri. One of the main concerns of the climate change is the issue of rising sea levels. While studying abroad, students also get the chance to experience different cultures.
We live in a diverse world. You know, the United States represents only 4% of the world's population. So any skills that our students can gain that help them work with people who think differently, who see the world differently, and have had different experiences will help them very much in their current studies and in their future careers. So many things and challenges in the world today, environmental, healthcare, other things don't rely on national borders, and it requires global collaboration.
That, of course, a partnership being taught at Missouri State University. A structure at the Windermere Conference Center in Roach, Missouri is a total loss after a 2-alarm fire. The Mid-County Fire Protection District arrived when the fire was fully involved there. Crews began defensive efforts to protect the building attached to the one on fire. That was successful. It took crews roughly 2 hours to bring it under control, though. 2 fighters suffered minor injuries. The fire marshal's office is investigating the cause at the moment. A motel in town has major damage to it after catching fire last night as well. It's the Cloud Drift Motel on West Sunshine. Upon arrival, firefighters discovered the motel fully engulfed there. The work then began to keep the fire from getting to a Casey's gas station next door, which was successful. No injuries were reported, and the cause of that is currently under investigation, too. Moving on now to some news that's happening from around the region. The Lamar, Missouri Police Department is asking for help in finding one of 2 suspects believed to be involved in a homicide earlier this year. 33-year-old David Morris is wanted for his alleged involvement in the death of Terry Harless earlier in 2020. Police have filed second-degree homicide charges against Morris and a second suspect, but the prosecutor has not formally filed all of those charges yet. The second suspect is already in jail for unrelated charges, though. You should contact law enforcement if you know about Morris's whereabouts. A 102-year-old World War II veteran was the first to get his COVID-19 vaccine in Kansas City at the VA there yesterday. Melvin Rekop is thankful for it, but he says life has been his greatest gift.
I'm just thankful that I made it all through the war and had a normal life. I got married when I come home. And my wife and I, we lived on the same farm for 70 years.
This coming weekend, several hundred veterans at the Kansas City VA will get their vaccines as well. Something else to watch out for there. In St. Louis, healthcare workers got a little pick-me-up after a few months. Hundreds of handwritten letters and cards showed up at the Barnes Jewish Hospital maternity ward, each from students saying thank you to doctors and nurses that have had a rough 2020. COVID is a constant issue for nurses in labor and delivery as they work to protect mothers and babies there.
It means a lot. It's this year, the updates are changing what sometimes feels like by the hour. We're getting new guidance all the time. Everybody's just tired. It gives everybody that sense of purpose again. Like, this is why I went into this field, is to help people, and to get a card recognizing that, it really means a lot.
That was Megan Westerheide, who you heard from, who says one letter from a 7th grader stood out, asking that when a vaccine arrives, it should be made available for everyone so that no one has to worry about affording it. That's a Christmas Eve newscast for you right there, TJ.
Right? I feel like we've had so many good aspects of this newscast. So much good news.
It's been pretty
Lots
great.
of giving, yeah.
And we also got to track this guy right here, right?
Look at him.
Santa, 640 million gifts delivered, guys. And it is 7 a.m. Central Time, of course. He's got to go to, where's he heading to next right now?
Russia, Joe. He's on a tear right now. I don't know I should know how the weather is in Russia. I'm actually not sure how things are over there right now.
This is how the magic of Christmas works, though. This is fantastic, right? Very good to see. You got any favorite Christmas movies?
I have to say, I'm really saddened with myself. I would watch this probably a few times a year, and I haven't watched it once yet. Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas Vacation, Joe. How about you?
We're going to disagree pretty hard on this.
Really?
Good thing we have a newscast tomorrow to talk about with this, right? Yeah, Christmas Story over Christmas Vacation.
Really?
All the time.
All the time?
10 times out of 10, guys.
So I would say, I was worried that, if I wasn't sleeping, that Santa would know But I would watch it. I'd probably watch it 4 or 5 times in a row on Christmas, because they had the marathon on Christmas
Wear
Eve.
yourself
I
out.
just go and go and go. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not tired yet. I
Very
was
good.
too excited.
All right. I hope everyone out there has a good Christmas Eve. We'll be with you tomorrow on Daybreak, all right? So make sure you tune in at 5 as you get up and see what Santa's left. But how's our weather looking?
Oh, it's going to be so bitter, Joe. Temperatures really going to tumble through the overnight. 10 degrees waking up on a Christmas morning. Warmer Saturday. Another cold front brings a chance for showers on Sunday.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve Daybreak. We'll see you back here with more news coming up on midday as well.